to them.
Joining us now on Zoom is royal expert Paul Coy. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Larry. Morning, Robin. How are you?
Good to have you with us. Thank you so much. I know this hasn't aired in Britain, but people are certainly seeing it in the headlines. And of course, this racism charge is an explosive. What is the reaction over there this morning?
Yeah, it really is explosive, isn't it? It's a really tricky one. It started as you know, with the interview then with Meghan, saying that there were concerns. Whether the word was concerns, we don't really know, but she said concerns about the color of the baby's skin, and whether that is a concern with the royal family, what it actually means, I don't know. But obviously there are hints of racism. And then Harry then was asked about it afterwards. And it was asked, and then Oprah asked him, who was it? But he wasn't prepared to reveal what was said or exactly who it was. But then there's the worry, of course, over here, which has been leveled at him and leveled at Meghan. Does that mean that everybody in the royal family is being tarred with the same brush here because of what's said? So if you're not going to say who it is, why are you going to say it? So there's obviously a lot of worry. I mean, it's incendiary, really. It's a huge allegation and a huge thing that's going to hit the royal family.
Also, another big bombshell was that Meghan revealing that she was suicidal when she was pregnant with Archie and did not receive much support or help. How is that being received, or are people talking about that this morning too, I assume?
Well, again, as when we spoke on Friday, there's two ways of looking at it, and there's two schools of thought regarding Meghan and regarding Harry, and I don't think many people are going to change their mind on what they see when they see it tonight, whether they're going to go, you know what, I really like them now, I didn't like them before, but now I trust them. I don't know. I think it's still going to be really divided. When it came to that situation, it was a matter that, who are we to argue? Some people will say, whether it be true, whether it's not. Who are we to argue when someone says they have mental health problems, that they need help? And the story goes, so she said that it was down to HR because she's not a fully paid member of the household. So it's amazing then when it's a family, it's an HR situation that should have gone to HR, and whoever's in charge of HR said, no, sorry, there's no funding for that. There's nothing we can do about it. But then it begs the question, surely there are people that you can turn to should you find yourself in that situation, whether she said it to Harry, whether there's calls that she could make. Is it just down to speaking to HR? Is this just a work situation? I mean, it seems like more of a life situation to me. So there's plenty of questions that have come off the back of it, and also plenty of worries as well.
Paul, I heard one analyst say that Charles is driving this show, not the Queen. Does that sound accurate to you? Harry said that Charles had stopped returning his calls.
Yes, again, that's a worry. I mean, the thing is, again, from what we said on Friday, we're talking about a family, but we are not talking about any regular family. She refers to the firm. So obviously you wouldn't really recall, I don't know, I'd never, call my family the firm. And also, what bridges can be built after this, because if Charles isn't returning Harry's calls, everybody has arguments. Sometimes you may have an argument with a member of your family, they don't return calls, then things get worked out. But whether it's actually airing all the dirty laundry in front of billions and billions of people across the world is the right way to go, who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. But I don't think when they're talking about these Zoom calls, because they're saying that the Queen is pretty much left untouched. We love the Queen, and we're not going to say anything against the Queen. Pretty much everything that they've said is what the Queen stands for. She's the head of state. She runs the firm. So whatever they say is pretty much against the Queen as well. And when they talk about these Zoom calls they have, I think the next one is going to be probably a more interesting Zoom call than they've ever had before, because, to be a fly on the wall when that one happens.
I know Meghan got a lot of blame for this, it's Megxit, it's her fault, but Harry really said, I'd been wanting to leave for a long time, and Meghan just triggered that, and it was all about security and them not wanting to provide security for Archie.
Yeah, it's all to do with levels of the royal family, how much funding there is to the royal family, not everybody can be funded. They are lower members of the royal family. You've got William and Kate. William is the heir to the throne. Of course, he's going to be heavily funded because he is in line to the throne just after Charles. Harry is a little further down, so whether it all involves funding, with this whole argument is about money, I don't know. There's a lot of different things that are thrown up in the air, and like I say, there's still plenty of questions, and we need to hear. It's all very well hearing one side of the story and how terrible it is, but also we need to hear what comes from the other side. But in these situations, we'll probably get something maybe from the press office, but we will never hear from the royal family per se, because they don't discuss things like this.
Real quickly, you know, the tabloids this morning, are they pro Meghan and Harry, pro Queen? Or are they kind of just providing the facts this morning?
It's a mix, because the newspapers would have come out. This aired about 3 o'clock in the morning our time. So I did get up especially, by the way, for you to watch this. So we saw most of it, but a lot of the newspapers are reporting from the press bits that were released before them because it was too late to air. But then when you've got newspaper, radio, various people, honestly, for example, someone like Piers Morgan, who's on TV in the morning here, is just going apoplectic about the whole situation. So this ain't over yet. This is getting bigger and bigger. So over the next couple of days, this is really going to explode. I'd just be interested to hear what we hear from the palace behind me here, whether anything is said or whether the whole thing's ignored, which I doubt, because I think something's going to come out.
All right, Paul Coit, thanks for joining us again. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
you can
Paul.
follow Paul on Twitter and Instagram at Coit. Is it Coity with a Y at the end, Paul?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
there we
Coity.
go.
That, by the way, that picture was, where the hell did you get that picture?
Yes.
Honestly,
What are you
that's
on a-
me looking
are you on a
towards
roller
Buckingham
coaster?
Palace there.
I may print that out and hang it in my office.
I think you should, Larry. He'll go next to the one I've got of you.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, man.
Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul.
Those crazy Brits going for the sexy shots.